And we're here, folks. Thanks for tuning in to Bobcat Sports Live here on the Bobcat Sports Live Network and the NFHS Network. It's me, Michael Davis, by myself. We're going to go over the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Carroll County Cavaliers. These are not in order. As you can see my sheet, online they were not in order. They're not going to be in order tonight. Starting with number 12, Isaiah Easter. Number 13, Davis Retzel. Number 20, Ethan Richardson. Number 3, Bryce Smoot. And number 5, Jabin Talley. Starting for your Bobcats, the usual lineup, starting with number 4, the junior, Makai Martin. Number 10, the junior, Sincere Taylor. As well, a junior. Number 20, Corion Ferguson. Number 22, also a junior. Number 22, the three-point shooter, Luke Woodard. And starting, number 30, Max Knipe. And, by the way, of course, since this is Bobcat Sports Live, I made my first mistake of the night. It is Daniel D. Hart Lewis starting, not Corion Ferguson. In fact, first out of the game just called after the Bobcats won the tip, and that was on Bryce Smoot. That's his first, team foul number 1. Don't worry, no time is ticked off the clock, 12 seconds to be exact. Sincere Taylor with the basketball, bringing it down for the Bobcats. If you just tuned in, if you didn't tune into the Davy game, you missed a treat. Mr. Doug Knipe was with us in our JV contest. Lovely sitting with him tonight. Lovely talking to him about Bobcats' future. The basketball program and the JV team won dominantly. Pace Prelu had 17 points in that contest. Makai Martin attacking. Puts up his own rebound. No good. And poked out of bounds by the Bobcats. A lot of opportunities. Bobcat JV team won by a gazillion points in that first game. And we're hoping the Bobcats can roll that over into the varsity matchup. Last time these two teams played, Cavs won by about 10 or 12 points against the Bobcats. And it was pretty close at first. I talked to Mr. Knipe about it, as the three ball from Ethan Richardson is no good. And he gave me 3 players to watch for tonight. That is Braden Smoot, Ethan Richardson, and Davis Retzel. He said Davis Retzel was dominant in the first contest on the boards and in the paint, hard to handle. As number 3, Bryce Smoot just makes his first, and there's 2 Smoots. Brandon Smoot. He said Brandon Smoot is a shooter. Ethan Richardson is a shooter. They're going to shoot the ball, and they're going to knock it down from behind the arc. So that's kind of the scouting report. They're going to knock it down from behind the 3. And Retzel is going to do his thing in the post, attacking the paint. Shots up by Sincere Taylor. Good. Hits the front of the rim, hits the backboard, and goes in. Bobcats on the board. 2-2 your score. Cavs mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Max. Sincere Taylor bringing the ball down, guarded here by Jabin Talley. Screen set by Knipe. Taylor to Makai Martin. Makai from 3. No good. Just off the front of the rim. And again, this is something we're doing new on Bobcat Sports Live. You can chat with me if you want down there in the bottom, as out of bounds, Davis Retzel. Great name, by the way, Davis. As the Bobcats inbounding at full court press here by the Cavs. Get it into Woodard. We're trying some new things. You can chat with me. You can see my face. If you don't want to see my face, chat with me and tell me. We can change that. But we're just trying some new things here. Not a lot of ads to put on Bobcat Sports Live this year, so we're just doing it a little bit different. If you're listening on the NFHS, thank you so much. As a turnover in the post by the Bobcats. Score still 2-2. And here come the Cavs. Retzel with it. Mid-range jumper, no good. A lot of missed shots. A lot of opportunities for both teams. Nobody can get anything to go right now. Makai Martin steps into a jumper, no good. Rebounded by DeHart Lewis, puts it back up, no good. But here come the Cavs. Retzel all the way down, dumps it off to Smoot, and it's rebounded by the Bobcats. Here we go the other way. Makai Martin with it, dribbling between his legs, gives it up to Knipe. Knipe mid-range jumper, good. And that's what I talked about as Knipe, the one senior on the floor. No, two, DeHart Lewis, excuse me. We talked about Knipe developing that jump shot. As a block's going to be called on the Bobcats. Count the bucket for Isaiah Easter, and he'll go to the line. But we talked about him developing that jumper. I'd love to see him knock down some threes. He took two last Monday and knocked his first one down. It would open up the floor. Mass subs by the Bobcats. Honaker in. Jaden Hendrickson as well as somebody else just came in. Number 42, Colton Gardner-Rollins. So that was made by Isaiah Easter. So it's 5-4. Cavaliers lead. Sincere Taylor with it on the right side of the floor. As it's poked away by the Cavs. Number 5, Javen Talley, as he gets it to go. So 7-4 lead. Cavs doing what the Bobcats do. Transition buckets. Gardner-Rollins brings it down. Spin move, travel. Picked up, changed his pivot foot there, and Jeff Fisher is beside himself and immediately takes out Woodard. Thought I was going to say Hendricks. No. Cavs inbound the basketball. Ethan Richardson with it in the backcourt, bringing it across the midcourt line. Screen set by the Cavs. He attacks as a charge is going to be called. Number 34, Jaden Hendricks makes a big boy play right there. Takes in the charge and gets the Bobcat the ball. Max Knipe checking back in after a quick break. Reese Honaker, the freshman, tall freshman, goes to the bench. Bobcats get it into Knipe. Knipe dribbling with his left hand. Almost turns it over and does. Kind of lost the dribble there. Coach Fisher not happy with about it. Bobcats need to relax. Just relax. Run your offense. But the pressure from the Cavs right now, giving the Bobcats some fits. I'll give them credit. They're giving the Bobcats some fits right now. Number 20, Richardson with it. Gives it up in the corner. 3-ball, no good. Just long for Bryce Smoot. Here come the Cavs. Makai Martin dumps it off to Jaden Hendricks. He gets his first field goal. Bobcats down 1. Back and forth we go. This is what the Bobcats need to do in transition. If they can get transition buckets, this game will stay close all night. Another charge attempted by Ganaev. Official basically called a flop there, and I think he's right. It's not flop in college, in high school, but he gave the flop signal like, hey, you flopped. I'm not calling anything. As it will be out of play off the Cavs. So Bobcat basketball here. Again, 2 fouls to 1. Cavs with 2, Bobcats with 1. Makai Martin brings it down. Spin move by Knipe, attacks the paint, gives it back out to Martin. Man, I would have loved to see him throw that down. I don't know if he could or not, but man, wouldn't that have been nice? 3-ball, no good. Tipped to the Cavs. Number 1, Brandon Smoot with it. Smoot, the other Smoot with it. Back to Smoot. We're going to do this all night. Brandon and Bryce, that's what we're going to have to go with. Brandon Smoot with it at the high post. Gives it up to Isaiah Easter. In the corner is Bryce. Bryce dribbling between his legs, being guarded, heavily guarded. Almost got a 5-second call for the Bobcats. Crowd standing on their feet with the defensive stop here by the Bobcats. The Cavs come up with it, and here they go. Bryce from 3, no good. Rebounded long. That's a travel. That's what we're here for, folks. Defense by the Bobcats. Big-time travel there by the Cavs. I don't know what the Cavs are arguing about. The man ran 20 yards with it. I thought he was setting up for the combine, the NBA combine, doing his 96 feet or whatever it's called, where they run the full length of the floor, 40, it's not 40 yards, like 30 yards or 27 yards or something. I don't watch the NBA that much. Trey LeBron. Here we go. Mekhi Martin with it. Over here to Colton Gardner-Rollins, attacking the paint, no good. Rebounded by the Cavs. Number 13, Davis Retzel. Transition pass, outlet pass to number 5. Bryce, not Bryce, Jabin Talon gets it to go. 9-6 to score. Cavs leading here over the Bobcats. Mekhi Martin got away with a hook there. Attacking the paint, gets it to go. Mekhi Martin flashes through the paint and gets that one to go. 8-9, back and forth we're going. I'd love to see the Bobcats get a stop in the lead here. Smoot attacking, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line. Bryce Smoot got it to go. Will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play. Checking in for the Bobcats, Corian Ferguson. 1:31 to go. Cavs up 11, looking to go, or excuse me, up with 11, looking to go to 12 here as Knipe checks back in. Bobcats have 8. Shot is up and good by Bryce Smoot. He now has 5 of the 12 for the Cavs. Gardner-Rollins up the floor, dribbles it off his own leg there. It's the third time the Bobcats turned the ball over here, just off carelessness, pretty much. I mean, I don't know what else you'd call it. Seems like carelessness. Cavaliers with it. Braden Smoot. Travel called on the Cavs. Bobcats 1 minute to go here in the period with it. Sincere Taylor dribbling. Somebody wants a timeout, and that's Coach Fisher. So we're going to take a quick break. Be right back. And we haven't figured this break thing out. I hate to say it, folks. The last machine I had a slider. This one doesn't. So we have to go with the old cover the webcam. We'll be right back on Bobcat Sports Live. And we're back. Bobcats inbounding here. Just under a minute to go in the quarter. Down 12-8. D. Hart Lewis with it in the corner. Down low to Sincere Taylor in the corner. Gardner-Rollins up to D. Hart Lewis for 3. No good. Off of Max Knipe's face, and the Cavs come away with it. Cavs bringing it down. Bryce over to Isaiah Easter, and it goes out of play. Bobcats, 35 seconds, have the ball. Cavs putting on the pressure. Knipe with it off the inbound, needs to dribble. D. Hart Lewis with it, bringing the ball down the floor. Dribbles between his legs, gets up to Sincere Taylor. Sincere Taylor got away with a little happy feet. Great movie, by the way. Great kids movie. I watched it as an adult, though. Pretty good. D. Hart Lewis, 17 seconds to go. Trying to go down low. Sincere Taylor is Rollins. Sincere Taylor with it. for three off the side of the backboard. Rebounded by Corion Ferguson. Stolen away by Gardner Rollins for three. No good. Doesn't get the other shot off. Had a little bit more time there. If the Bobcats wanted to, Gardner Rollins got it. Had 6 seconds to go. So could have done something a little differently, but hey, good hustle by him right there. Bobcats trailing 12-8 at the end of one. And we'll be right back. Again, thanks for tuning in. I think you can use a chat down there. Chat with me a little bit. Let me know how it's going. If you got any questions on the game, ask them. If you got comments on the game, make them on the chat there. I believe I can see it. And so, again, we'll be right back for the start of your second period. And we're back here. Cavs inbound. Davis, Davis Retzel. All right. Bobcats got a turnover here. Makai Martin dribbling. Almost goes back court with it. Stolen away by Davis. Davis Retzel puts it up with the left hand and gets it to go. His first field goal of the contest, 14-8 to score. Sincere Taylor knocks down the three on the right side of the floor. He has 5 points, puts the Bobcats down 3. Ethan Richardson gives it up to Retzel in the corner. 3 ball, no good by the Cavs. Rebounded by DeHart Lewis. Up to Woodard. Woodard attacking off the glass, no good. Tipped out of bounds by Martin. Oh, and it'll be off the Cavs. I think what happened is, and a lot of times you don't see this, it gets tipped and then it may have hit off the hand like as it's going out. But a lot of times you'll see they'll just give it to the team that didn't hit it, that was holding it. But, hey, went off the Cavs. Bobcat got a lucky break. Makai Martin, mid-range jumper, good from the high post. He has 4 points tonight. Bobcats now down by 1. Cavs were leading 12-8 at the end of the first. Bobcats putting a little pressure on them as the Cavs throw it off the Bobcats. By the way, Cody Reese checked in for the Cavs. And here comes Bryce Smoot back on the floor for Braden Smoot. Woodard defending the inbound. They get it up to Retzel. Retzel at the top of the key on the right side of the floor. Over to Ethan Richardson. They try to go on the block there. Poked away by the Bobcats. Sincere Taylor has it. Over to Max Knipe. Handoff pass to Taylor. Makai Martin with it. Says, hey, I'm going to give it back to Taylor, and we're going to set some things up. Sincere Taylor. Screen set by Knipe. Knipe flashing the paint. DeHart Lewis fakes the 3 ball. Attacks the basket, but travels on the play. Number 34. Jaden Hendricks checking back in the game. I'd like to see Connor Young get in this ball game and shoot the 3 ball a little bit. He started out the season very hot from 3 ball. Luke Woodard, they've almost switched roles. Woodard struggled a little bit early, and Connor Young picked up the slack, and Woodard now has been on fire from the 3. Up and under goes Isaiah Easter. He now has 5 points. 13-16 the score. Attacking. The Bobcats go inside. Sincere Taylor after the pass from 3, no good. Rebounded by Davis Retzel. Davis Retzel all over the boards tonight as he's going to attack. He's attacking the high post. Spin move, jumper, tipped by Hendricks. And here comes the Bobcats. Woodard up to Sincere Taylor to Hendricks on the block, and it's good. Jaden Hendricks, 4 points now, hustling on both ends of the boards, and that's what happens when you hustle on defense and get back. You get rewarded on the offensive end. Woodard tries to block the three, but it's no good by the Cavs. Tipped out to Sincere Taylor. Here come the Bobcats. Makai Martin over to Woodard in the corner. Woodard fakes the three, gives it out to Hendricks. Hendricks straightaway three. Good! Hendricks knocks it down. He has 7 points, leading all Bobcat scores, 18-16. The Bobcats take their first lead. Smoot backing down. Dump off pass. Nice pass by Bryce Smoot. Gives it off to Isaiah Easter. He now has 7. 18-18 your score. This one is going to be good. Woodard from three knocks it down. Out of bounds, Makai Martin. Yeah, so looks like we've got a question here in the chat. Who the best three-point shooters are on the team? I have some opinions on that. I think if we go pure three-point shooter, it's got to be Luke Woodard. Luke Woodard is the purest three-point shooter for the Bobcats. If you're going to go in-game, you know, a lot of different guys can make threes. Makai Martin, Sincere Taylor. I think Connor Young does a very good job off the bench. And speaking of guys shooting threes, Bryce Smoot said, you're going to talk about three-point shooters, I'll knock it down. But to answer your question, as DeHart Lewis attacking the paint, gets it to go, and has an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play as he was fouled, putting in the bucket. That's what hustle gets you, folks. But to answer your question, I'm going Luke Woodard probably. DeHart Lewis knocks down the free throw, puts the Bobcats up by 1. Excuse me, we're all tied up. The scorekeeper is fast on the trigger. Shot is up on the other end by Bryce Smoot, and he gets a go, so he puts the Cavs back up, 23-21. Makai Martin dribbling to his right. Screen going to be set by Knipe. He decides to give it to Knipe. Sincere Taylor with it. Corian Ferguson to Woodard. Speaking of the best three-point shooter, Luke Woodard, straightaway three, knocks it down, gets on the board. His first three-pointer of the night. Bobcats lead by 1. 3 minutes to go in the half. Smoot gives it off to Easter. Over to Davis Retzel. Too strong on the board. And here we go. Bobcats get it. Oh, and off of Corian Ferguson. Just too strong on the pass. Bobcats had a really good opportunity to get a three-point lead. Colton Gardner-Rollins checking in as a 30-second timeout. It's going to be called by the Cavs. 3 minutes to go here. Bobcats took the lead in the half. 30-second timeout. Sorry, folks. I'm multitasking here. Trying to post the score. On the floor for your Bobcats right now, Makai Martin, Jaden Hendricks, Max Knipe, Corian Ferguson, and Colton Gardner-Rollins. Cavs now dribbling. Three ball, good. Bryce Smoot says, y'all want to talk about threes? I got it. His second three-pointer of the contest puts the Cavs up by 2. Bobcats looking to attack. Makai Martin attacks too strong off the glass. And a foul is going to be called on the Bobcats. Coach Fisher wants a foul on the rebound as he went over. But it's going to be a foul on the Bobcats. So that's the first foul on Jaden Hendricks. Sincere Taylor checks back in the game. Max Knight guarding Davis Retzel way out. He attacks the paint as a charge is going to be called. Oh, man, if I'm the Cavs, I'm a little frustrated. He kind of moved his body over. Two officials raised their arms. I'm not sure which way Matt Williams was going with it, but the other official said charge. So Bobcats got a break. That's the second foul on Davis Retzel, and I believe. And he is still out here, though. Corian Ferguson with it. Turns the ball over. Just over 2 minutes to go in the half. In the paint is Bryce Smoot and Sincere Taylor gets it down, chases the loose board. Colton Gardner-Rollins in the corner to Corian Ferguson, no good. Rebound is by Davis Retzel. Bryce bringing the ball down the floor, Euro step over to number 12, Isaiah Easter, dribbles in off the glass, and it's good. He now has 9 points. Cavs up 28-24. Sincere Taylor getting the ball here, dribbling at the top of the key. Max Knipe with it. Poked away here by the Cavs, and it will be Bobcat basketball. (28-24). Luke Woodard checking in for the Bobcats. Max Knipe going long as they get it in to Hendricks. Hendricks to Taylor. Taylor dribbling to his left, right in front of the Cavs bench. Woodard at the top of the key. Looking to go to Hendricks. Handoff pass to Makai Martin, who just checked in. Makai Martin up to Sincere Taylor. It's a loose ball. Woodard tracks it down. 1 minute to go in the half. Bobcats trailing by 4. Tipped back into the backcourt. Luke Woodard gets it. Sincere Taylor handoff. Has it. Dribbling too much space. Max Knipe setting the screen. Knipe's not rolling with him. I'd love to see him roll towards the basket. Makai Martin with it. Back up to Taylor. Taylor, screen set by Mike. Max. He flashes. 32 seconds. Woodard with it. Good defense here by the Cavs. Makai Martin, 3. Bang! Makai Martin knocks it down. His first three-pointer, 27-28. And here come the Cavs looking to answer. At the high post, shot is up, no good, tipped out of bounds. It goes to the Cavs. I thought that was off number 24 for the Cavs. Cody Reese. I mean, he definitely had the height advantage there in the arm reach. But Bryce Smoot will inbound. Gets it into Richardson. Cavs with it. Number 12. Being guarded by Hendricks. Attacking the paint. Attacks. Off the glass. Too strong. Woodard, 3 seconds. Not going to get a shot off. And that will be the half. 28-27. Cavs leading the Bobcats. That was a good first half, folks. That's exactly what you want. Back and forth action. Questionable calls. Good calls. 3 balls made. Shots missed. Rebounds made. Steals. Transition buckets. That first half had everything you could ask for from a Bobcat basketball game in the score. 28-27. Again, Bobcats, the last time these two faced, it was close at half. And the Cavs pulled away in the second half. Won by about 12. Can that happen tonight? I don't know. Bobcats are playing really well. Got to get some of those shots to go in the paint. We'll be right back after this halftime break. Again, Michael Davis on Bobcat Sports Live on the NFHS Network and the Bobcat Sports Live Network. We'll be right back with your halftime stats. The Bobcats, I think we're back now. I think audio's back. I apologize. A lot was going on there, man. We were talking. I was talking. Nobody could hear me. I think we're good now. Woo! Caught it! I caught it. You see that? Bobcat Sports Live? Should have spun it on my finger. Makai Martin inbounding for the Bobcats, 38-33. Sincere Taylor with it. Poked away, but Sincere Taylor gets it back. Hendricks calling for it. Hendricks gets it over to Corion Ferguson. Corion Ferguson, his man, tried to take a steal. They get it out, and it's stolen away by the Cavs. Cavs in transition, looking to score. Trying to go down low. They do. They get it. Number 20, Ethan Richardson, gets his first field goal. Cavs now at 7. Cavs trying to run away with it, and they're doing it successfully right now, just playing bully ball right now on the Bobcats. Backdoor by Hendricks was open. Corion Ferguson set the screen. Get it to Hendricks in the high post. Makai Martin with it. Being guarded by Ethan Richardson. Makai Martin from 3. Good. Doesn't matter who's guarding him. Makai Martin says, I want my second three-pointer. He has 10 points. Here come the Cavs to answer. No good from 3. Corion Ferguson tries to rip down the board, and it's poked out of play. Bobcats will inbound. Woodard, Gardner Rollins, and D. Hart Lewis checking back in. Hendricks with it to Gardner Rollins. Gardner Rollins up to Woodard. I'd love to see Woodard take some more threes here. He knocked down his one and only shot tonight. Woodard, as soon as I say it, from 3. Bang! Luke Woodard from 3. Knocks it down. And that's what the Bobcats needed. Luke Woodard with 6 points, 39-40. The Cavs went on a little run. They answer on the other end. Bryce Smoot dominating the Bobcats by himself right now. Just taking over offensively. Bobcats with it. In the corner, D. Hart Lewis, short, rebounded by the Cavs. And here they come in transition. Up to Davis. Retzel gets it to go. He had 2 points in the first half. Now has 10 total. 2 minutes to go in the third. That is the second foul on Jaden Hendricks. Makai Martin checking in for the Bobcats here. Two fouls called on the Bobcats here this period. And that's good by Retzel. He now has 11. Max Knipe checking in saying, I'm guarding Retzel. Max Knipe needs to be a big body in the post for the Bobcats. Makai Martin. Pressure here by the Cavs. Zone press. Bobcats have to get it across. Makai up to Gardner Rollins. Gardner Rollins dribbles it back out. Up to Makai Martin in front of the Bobcat bench. Makai, I don't think he knows they're counting. Screen set by Knipe. Makai attacks. Too strong. Max Knipe was punched in the face. Behind the back pass by the Cavs. Bryce with it. Straightaway 3 by Isaiah Easter. No good. And Hendricks is going to be called for a push. He hit Knipe on the other end. No call on the face. That's his third. He's got to be careful. If I'm the Cavs, I take him out here. You're up 45-39, and that's his third. But I'm not a coach. And no one asked my opinion. But, hey, you're listening to me right now, and I'm going to give it. If I'm the Cavs, I take out my best rebounder, one of my best defenders, and save him for the late game. Bobcats turn it over in transition, just off their feet. 45-39, 1:32 to go. Bryce Smoot with it, dribbling. As they call a push-off, I believe, on Bryce Smoot. That's his second. And Colton Gardner-Rollins checks back in for Luke Woodard. Luke Woodard has 6 points tonight. 2 for 2. 2 for 2? Yeah. Is a hook they called, by the way. The fan behind us let me know. I don't know if they could hear me. I was blocked out by the official in front of me here as Cody Reese checks in for the Cavs. He's going to give Ethan Richardson a break. And I'm surprised Davis Retzel is still in this contest right now. Zone press here by the Cavs, broken by the Bobcats. Gardner Rollins with it, gets it up to Sincere Taylor, blocked by Braden Smoot. And here come the Cavs. Braden with it at the top. Gives it up. Attacking is the Cavs. Davis Retzel rebounds. And he gets it to go. 47-39. Max Knipe with it. Gives it up here to Mekhi Martin. Mid-range jumper, good. Mekhi Martin now with 12. He's got to start shooting the ball a little bit more if you're the Bobcats. 41-47, 45 seconds to go. I think the Cavs are going to take one shot. The coach is calling for it. Cavs wanted a foul called. Davis with it. Bryce being guarded by Sincere Taylor. Sincere Taylor's got to play really good defense. Sincere Taylor on Bryce Smoot. Taking the last shot here. I would have loved to see Sincere Taylor press up a little bit, make him move the basketball. Bryce attacks, wide open shot from number 24, Cody Reese, and he gets to go. 9 seconds to go. Bobcats have an opportunity. Max Knipe with it to D. Hart Lewis. Mekhi Martin attacking. Mekhi Martin puts it up, and it's good. Mekhi Martin gets another field goal, and the Bobcats trail 49-43 beneath the Cavs. So we'll be right back with the start of your fourth period. Again, Michael Davis on Bobcat Sports Live. If you're in the chat, post your comments, post your questions, and we'll get to them here in a little bit. Bobcats inbound here. They start out with it to start the third. Sincere Taylor over to Gardner Rollins. Up to, D. Hart Lewis. Sincere Taylor, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Davis Retzel. You know, we got a comment about the refs here. I think they're doing okay, but I would like to see out of them is a little more consistency on some of these fouls here. You know, we got some hits going on, which I like some guys. I like when they let them play. However, if it affects the play, you can't do it. You know, like we talked about that hit in the face on Knipe. He lost the rebound that way. He had it, and he got hit in the face, and there was no call. You know, this hook here as a travel's called. Good call there by the official. You know, the hook was called once, but it happened several times. It's one of those calls that's tough to make in real time, though. So I think they're doing okay. They're not the worst we've had. They're not the best we've had. Does that make sense? I think they're doing okay. Sincere Taylor with it at the top of the key. Up to D. Hart Lewis. D. Hart Lewis. Sincere Taylor from three. Knocks it down. Sincere Taylor, second three of the second half. He has 11 points. 46-49. Bryce almost loses it. Over to Davis Retzel. He's attacking. Being guarded by Hendricks. Over in the corner is Bryce. Got away with it. No, he didn't. 2 travels in a row by the Cavs. And the Bobcats have the opportunity to tie it up. Good call there by the official. Same official twice, by the way. Just want to put that on record. Same official called 2 travels, and they're both right. DeHart Lewis with it. Hendricks wants it in the post. Makai Martin with it. Gives it to DeHart Lewis at the high post coming off the screen. Makai Martin with it. Sincere Taylor at the top of the key. Screen set by DeHart Lewis. Being guarded by Braden Smoot. DeHart Lewis with it at the top. Coach Fisher saying, relax, relax. We got plenty of time. We got to get a good shot here. Cavs are going to let time tick off. Coach Fisher barking out orders. DeHart Lewis says, I'll take a 3. No good, strong. Rebounded by Hendricks. Sincere Taylor steps into 1. No good. Rebounded by Davis Retzel. Here comes the Cavs. Bryce with it. Over to Braden. Braden Smoot. Dribbling. Being guarded by Makai Martin. Makes him pick up his dribble. Straight up and down goes Hendricks. Good tip by DeHart Lewis. Good defense by Hendricks. Here comes the Bobcats. Makai Martin. Over to DeHart Lewis. DeHart Lewis between his legs. Sincere Taylor on the block. Out to Woodard in the corner. Woodard back to Sincere Taylor. Fisher barking out orders. Hendricks with it in the corner. Screen set. Hendricks, no good. Rebounded by Woodard. Tipped out to Taylor. Taylor from 3. Bang! Sincere Taylor knocks it down. His third three-pointer of the second half. 49-49. Bryce Smoot tries to answer, and he does. Bryce Smoot, his 4th three-pointer of the contest, puts the Cavs up by 3. Every time the Bobcats answer, the Cavs roar back and score just on the other side. Woodard with it in the corner. Sincere Taylor. Bang! 3 ball on one end. 3 ball on the other. Back and forth we go. Sincere Taylor, 12 points in the second half. 17 points total. 52-52. 4 minutes to go. Bobcats fans on their feet. But the Cavs lose it. Sincere Taylor dives on the floor. Gets it to DeHart Lewis. In transition, DeHart Lewis at the high post to Makai Martin. Bobcats going to settle down. Timeout called by the Bobcats. 1 minute timeout. We're going to stay right here, folks. Good scoring by the Bobcats. And we're going to stay right here. That was exciting. So exciting. I got to post about it. Sincere Taylor having a beautiful second half. Makai Martin, a beautiful second half. The only 2 players, by the way, to score in the second half is Makai Martin and Sincere Taylor. Whew. Bobcats inbound off the timeout. Woodard gives it to Sincere Taylor in the backcourt. I said this the other night. You can see the sweat beating off Sincere Taylor like it's 2K24. Hendricks calling for it. Looking to go back doors of Bobcats. Woodard gives it up to Taylor. Jeff Fisher calling for motion. DeHart Lewis with it. Dribbling between his legs, attacking at the paint. Gives it up to Hendricks. Hendricks from three. Bang! Hendricks! Jaden Hendricks, second three-pointer of the contest. He has 10 points tonight. Bryce Smoot, bang! Oh, my goodness. Bryce Smoot knocks it down every time the Bobcats answer. The Cavs follow it up with a three of their own. This is a juggernaut fight tonight. 3 minutes to go in the game. If you're watching right now, share the link. Let everybody tune into this. This one's going down to the wire. Stolen away by Davis Retzel. Hendricks, and Davis Retzel gets called for his fourth foul. Hendricks ran down the floor, snagged the ball, and Retzel gets called for his fourth. I don't know if they can keep him in right now. You have to tell him to be smart. But if you're the Cavs, you have to bring in Cody Reese, no? You want him with a minute to go. 2:49, though, and he stays in the game. First foul of the period for either team. Makai Martin with it. Sincere Taylor. Over to Hendricks. Hendricks having a phenomenal night. Sophomore. Up to Woodard. Woodard coming off the screen. No way. Moving screen called on the Bobcats. I don't know about that one. Oh, man, that's tough break for the Bobcats. I'd like to see a replay of that. I don't get it, though. You on NFHS can rewind. Let me know. I can't see it. Maybe I wasn't looking at it clear, but that's the third foul on Jaden Hendricks. First team foul for the Bobcats. 2:14 to go. 55-55. Cavs attacking. Shot is up. Good. Nice bucket by Isaiah Easter. And the Cavs took a timeout. They can run the baseline. That's a 30-second timeout. Woo! It's been back and forth all night, folks. This has been back and forth all night long. Don't go anywhere. 2:08 to go. It's been a good game. A lot of good games the last week for the Bobcats. I'd like to see them win one of these. Lost to Floyd the other night. Really looking to beat this Cavaliers team. That'd be a great win for them. Cavaliers won by double digits the last time these two faced off. But everybody knows when you play in Bobcat Gymnasium, it's a little bit different. Luke Woodard with it at the top. Gives it over to Taylor. Screen set by Knight. Woodard with it. If he'd have got a clean pass, he would have shot it. Woodard gives it back to Taylor. Being guarded by Isaiah Easter. Easter makes him give it up. Max Knipe with it over to Luke Woodard. Makai Martin attacking the high post. Rises, shoots it, and it goes out of bounds. 1:34 to go. Good look by Makai. Thought he rushed it a little bit. But a shot with him as good as he's shooting tonight, I'd let him take it too. But 1:28 to go. Can't foul. There's no more 1-and-1s. Me and Doug Knipe talked about it in the JV game, but the Cavs turned it over. Careless pass by the Cavs. Tried to get it to Davis Retzel in the corner. Bobcats need a good shot here if they want to win. They're down 2. Bobcats have 2 timeouts. Cavs have 3 timeouts. Woodard with it. Over to Sincere Taylor on the right side of the floor. Attacking the paint is Taylor. Over to DeHart Lewis. Good defense by the Cavs. Woodard now with it. Go to Knipe. Got to be a foul. But it'll be Bobcat ball. He ran right through him. It's the only way he touched it. But what do I know? I am on Bobcat Sports Live. Shh, don't tell anybody. Woodard inbounding the ball for the Bobcats. 59 seconds to go. Get it into Max Knipe. Knipe dribbling, being guarded by Davis Retzel. Makai Martin with it, over to Woodard. They're on Woodard like glue. Really good defense by Isaiah Easter on him tonight. 46 seconds to go. The rest counting. Somebody's got to come get the ball. Screen set by Knight. Take Davis off the dribble. Timeout called by the Bobcats. We'll stay right here. Bobcats trailing by 2. 35 seconds to go. Back and forth we are. It's been a great game tonight. Let's will them, if you're a Bobcat, to victory. If you're a Cav, you got to play defense here. Davis Retzel, 5th foul, or one more foul, and he's out. If I were the Bobcats, I would have attacked him sooner. By the way, Bryce Smoot, 24 points right now on the contest. Incredible game by Bryce Smoot. 57-55. Luke Woodard inbounding the basketball right in front of the Bobcat Sports Live table. They get it into Taylor. Sincere Taylor with it, 34 seconds. The officials counting. I don't know if anybody knows. Makai Martin gets the ball. Screen set. D. Hart Lewis with it on the block. 25 seconds. D. Hart Lewis up and under. Off the glass. No good. Ripped down by Davis Retzel. Davis Retzel gets it poked from behind. A foul's going to be called on D. Hart Lewis. 17 seconds to go. No more 1-and-1s anymore. Coach Fisher takes his last timeout of the game. That's a full timeout. No more to go. Coaching staff talking with the officials as well. I think the officials said we're going to let this game play out, and it did hurt the Bobcats here. You know, there's 2 ways to call a game. You call it strict or you let them play a little bit. And sometimes that favors one time. Sometimes that favors one team over the other. And I think that favored the Cavs tonight. 17 seconds to go. All the Cavs have to do is inbound a little bit. I think the Cavs, if it gets close, are going to take a timeout. They have 3. They get it in, though. Foul. 16.3 seconds to go. But there's no 1-and-1s anymore. That's the tough part. That's what me and Doug were talking about. No more 1-and-1s. High school basketball players can't shoot 9 times out of 10. I mean, they really can't. More of the times than not, they're going to miss. Sincere Taylor they call a foul. Ooh, 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 ooh. It would have been off the Cavs, by the way. They called the foul. It would have been off the Cavs as it was poked away by Taylor. Another foul. That's a quick trigger. Quick trigger. They didn't call any fouls for a long time. I know if you're wanting to commit a foul, but I kind of think they're going for the ball there. They had the trap. I think the Bobcats were going, and if you're the Cavs, you want this man on the free throw line. 2 for 3, 24 points. 2 for 3 from the line. He's got 2 shots. Has a chance to ice it, and that's probably going to do it. He makes the first. If he makes the second, it's a 2-possession ball game. Second one is up and good. Ice in his veins. Bryce Smoot. Sincere Taylor with it. 4-point lead are the Cavs. Have to be quick. 10 seconds to go. Somebody's got to shoot. Somebody's got to shoot. Sincere Taylor misses the shot. Rebounded by Bryce Smoot. 3 seconds to go. That's going to be your ball game, folks. Bobcats. Tough. Fought tough. Really good game by the Bobcats, but just going to come up short. Bryce Smoot had a phenomenal night tonight, leading all scores. Has 26 points, now 27. Smoot looking to put it up. Makes that one. 28 points for Smoot. These are unofficial, but that's going to be your ball game. Sincere Taylor does get up a heave, but that's it. Bobcats played a phenomenal game. 61-55. Bobcats lose in a close one. As we're going to go over your stats real quick before we get out of here. As the Bobcats played phenomenally. Bryce Smoot finished leading all scores. 28 points. Phenomenal game by Bryce Smoot. Shout out to him. Davis Retzel ended up with 15 unofficial points. Had 2 points in the first half. Isaiah Easter with 11 points. Those were basically all the scores for the Cavs. Bobcats. Jaden Hendricks, 10 phenomenal points. Daniel Dehart-Lewis with 3. Luke Woodard with 6. Made both of his three-pointers that he attempted. Mekhi Martin had 14 points. Leading scorer for your Bobcats. Junior, Sincere Taylor, 17 points. Had 5 points in the first half. Made 3 after 3 after 3 after 3 in the second half. 12 total second half points, but just not enough as the Cavs beat the Bobcats 61-55. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me check the schedule before we go. Let's check the schedule real fast for the Bobcats coming up this week. As I know there's a lot of games this week. Tomorrow night. Today is the 7th, in case anyone was wondering. Girls play tomorrow night at Carroll County. Swimming, regionals at the Aquatic Center tomorrow night. Girls play at Carroll County, and boys play Roanoke Catholic, I believe, at home on the 9th. So we'll be live for that. We'll give you updates for the Carroll County game. And that's going to be our night. Nice playing by the Cavs. Nice playing by Bryce Smoot. Shout out Mekhi Martin. Shout out Sincere Taylor, 17 and 14 points. But that's going to be your ball game, folks. Bobcats lose 61-55. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to commentate for you tonight. Shout out Doug Knipe as he joined us in the JV. We'll be with us the JV game Friday. Shout out to everyone. God bless. Good night, and remember, still always a great day to be a Bobcat.